Now we're going to open it up for questions or comments.
Like, I wouldn't necessarily say does it do any good to pray for someone if their receiver isn't on their end, but say you don't really know their walk with God and you pray for a person. How would that come about? Because sometimes you may pray for someone and you may think it's something on your receiving end that's not right, but instead it may be something that's not right on their receiving end.
Well, what you do is you pray for them. Now, the Bible tells us to pray for people, and in fact, it tells us also to pray for our enemies. If there's something that's not right on their end, then you pray. If you don't see the results of your prayer, then you pray and ask God what's the problem is. If everything is clear on your end, then you pray and ask God what the problem is, and He will reveal to you what's going on with them. And I give you a prime example. There was a young lady who came to me some years ago about a house that she was wanting to buy, and she wanted me to figure out wanted me to inquire of the Lord to see if anything was wrong with this house. And so I began to pray for her, to see if this was the house for her. So I began to pray for her, and I guess maybe for a week or two, I didn't hear anything from the Lord concerning that. And so I prayed and asked the Lord, was it me? And somebody else called, asking me to pray about a certain situation and, about, seeing if I get an answer. And so I got an answer from them that very day, that very night that they called, and gave them the answer for that, you see. And so I knew that it wasn't me. And so then my prayer was, okay, Lord, what's going on? What's hindering you from speaking to me concerning her, in this house, and answering that prayer? And the Lord has showed me that she was dating a man, sleeping with a man that she wasn't married to, and the man himself was married. So she was living in adultery. And that was stopping her prayer from being answered. You see? Now, so when we pray, it's always God's will that we pray for people. Now, there will be times when God will tell you, don't pray for this person, But you pray for them unless God tell you that, Now, there are times when He will say that because they've just gone too far, whatever the reason, There are times when He do that. He told Jeremiah that twice. Don't pray for the children of Israel. He said, even if Moses and Samuel stood before me to pray for them, I wouldn't hear them. Why? Because they had gone too far. His justice and judgment was going to come regardless. And so God wants us, and He expects us to pray for people. And if we don't see the results of our prayer, regardless of what it may be that we're praying about, then we ought to inquire of the Lord, what's hindering this prayer? You see? We ought to inquire of that. All right. Does that answer your question? All right.